Alright, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday found a leak in the coil. You can see where the oil has a little dirty here than it is down here on the fins here, or on the louvers. So found the oil leak, so I've skinned it back to show it right there. Right there is where the leak came from, and I think we found the culprit for the leak. So now I'm going to make a repair, and then I'm going to actually show you how that repair goes. But this right here is what I found. Looked like a bullet had actually hit it. Now it's kind of funny because there's nowhere that the that it's even looked like it's even been hit here. So evidently it just went straight through the louvers here and hit the coil down here. So we're going to do a fix on this thing. Instead of replacing the coil, I've been asked if I could try to fix it. So we're going to see if we can make this thing happen today. See if we can get this thing fixed. I got two things I can do. I can either pull this hole back out from the inside and kind of pry it out, and then we can braze it back with actual aluminum solder, which means it's a very low heat. Or I got another device that actually where you cut this and it's this piece right here slides right into it, and I'll show you what that looks like. And I'll see what I can do first, and then we'll go from there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on this coil repair, you see I have made a cut here, and I used the tubing cutter. But on this aluminum, you got to be really slow with it as you're tightening it a little bit, and you need at least to go a few rounds with it, and then give it a little more tighten, go a few more rounds with it, tighten it up some more, just keep going around and around with it. And you want to try to cut as little as you have to off. Tighten it a little more. Like a few rounds, there it is, it comes right off. Alright, now I'm going to get a reamer, and I'm going to ream that out. And then I got a fitting I'm going to put on it, like this right here. And this fitting, basically, it will actually slide up on this, just like that. See how it slides on? And if I push it all the way in, you won't be able to get it back off. So, and I'm going to do the other side the same way, and I'm going to fuse it together, and it's going to set just like this, and I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Alright, so now we fixed it. We've slid that piece on, and if you want to know what that is, if you look right here, this is what they call a profit. It's a 3/8 union. And we're going to see if that right there will hold pressure. It should. I've always been skeptical about these kind of things, but you know, I was guaranteed that if I done it right, that you know, that it would actually hold pressure. So we're going to put some nitrogen on it. I'm going to at least go up to, you know, I might go up to 400 pound of PSI, and we'll throw some bubbles on it, and we're going to make sure that this thing does what it's supposed to. All right, and I'll let you know what the outcome is. All right, so now we got 300, right at, so 250 got on it. Yep. Oh no, not quite, 225 PSIs on it. And now we're going to check and see if we got a leak. Put some bubbles on it, and we just want to make sure that thing's working like it's supposed to. Make sure it holds. All right, let you know how it's going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are pulling a vacuum out of this thing. This is what it looks like. I've actually pulled that back out some, pushed it back out. That's the repair. And we tried to put a leak test on it. It worked out great, no leaks. Spray bubbles on it just to make sure. This is the second time I've done a repair like this using that ProFit that you see right here. It works good. A couple of things you might want to take in consideration when you're putting in a ProFit is you're going to want to, before you put this on, you want to make sure there's no burrs on the line on either side. Make sure they're nice and smooth. Make sure there's nothing sticking up, something that would cause a leak or anything like that. But as long as you do that, you got both ends clean before you actually snap that in. And like I said, all you got to do is just take each end and just push them in, and they'll come together in the middle here, and it's sealed here and here. And then you got some things that when it grabs it, it's not coming out. I mean, it will not. You cannot pull that out. I have to cut that out if I want to take it out. But that's all you got to do to fix this coil. The reason, I do prefer to put in a new coil instead of doing a repair like this, but some of you customers, they ain't got the money for that. This lady's 85 years old, and so she's low on funds, so we done a repair instead of actually changing the full coil out. But other than that, we'll get this thing, pull the vacuum on it, get it down below 500 microns. I like to be shooting about 300, 200, something like that, before I turn it, before I put refrigerant in it. This is going to take about 9 pounds of refrigerant for this system. And if you look up here on this tag up here, that little tag right there will actually give you the factory charge, and then you'll have to factor in the length of your line set, which this line set's not over 15 feet, so I mean it's not going to be a whole lot more than what the unit costs for a factory charge. But other than that, this is a good quick fix. Some of you might not agree with this, but for what a customer needs, we try to go with what a customer, what they can afford, what they need. We don't jackleg nothing. I wouldn't consider this jackleg. These things right here hold good. Put one on 3 years ago, a ProFit, and I've been back to that house since. But they're, we've checked on them, checked on it, went back, checked the repair out on this ProFit deal, and it actually worked out pretty good. So if it works, man, it works. So this is not for homeowners. This is actually for you new service tech guys. This will be a good way to to make a repair if you need to in this sort of fashion. But other than that, on them fin coils, it's going to be a whole lot harder to make this repair. But usually, like on these brush coils, like this right here is a brush coil. It's going to be, it's easy to make these kind of repairs. But if this would have been a fin coil, we would probably had to change the whole coil out. So luckily, it's a brush coil. And to get this stuff here off, these fins off, it's actually woven around like this, around the 3/4 pipe going through the middle of these fins. So all you do is you unravel it, and then you snip, what you need off of it, the access off, and to get it cleaned down so you can actually put your ProFit on. Other than that, man, thank you guys for watching, and hit that button, like, and subscribe. Alright guys, we got the ProFit in. I looked on the face plate, and we're looking at 9 pound 3 ounces, which I'm having to add a little more than that. Right here we're looking at 9 pound 6 ounces, 6.2 ounces. And we got the ProFit in. You see it inside there, hopefully. Yep, there it is. You see that ProFit down there, that brass fitting? Alright. Right here's what we want to look at. We're sitting here about 104. Look down here, you can see it. Oh yeah, there you go. Now you can see what we're looking at. We're looking at 104, almost at 105. And this is our liquid line temp, sitting at 95.5. Okay, so we're sitting at about a 10-degree subcool, close to it. I got to give it a few more minutes, just let it run. It looks like it's sitting at a 10-degree subcool. So this should be it. This gets it the refrigerant back where it's supposed to be, 10-degree subcool. And if we look down here, our line is sweating, and feeling out here, I feel the heat coming off of it, where it's displacing the heat from the house out into the air through the refrigerant. Everything is looking good, so this should fix it. If you guys got any comments, anything you want to say, good or bad, that's fine with me. I take criticism just as much as I take praise. Thank you guys for watching.